Hello friends, welcome back to Devananda Online Institution of Fundamental Sciences Junior, and this is our 5th physics class. Okay, physics. And today we are going to start the new unit, physical quantities and measurement. Okay, physical quantities and measurement. Okay, so for each and everything we use measurement, right? To know how much cloth you need to stitch your uniform, what is your distance from your house to your school, okay, what is the height of you, what is the mass of you, etc., etc. We use measurement. And now let us look into physical quantity. A physical quantity is something that we use to describe an object. Okay, we use these physical quantities to describe an object, and these physical quantities, they are always measurable. Okay, they are always measurable. Means anything that we can measure is a physical quantity. For example, distance. We can measure distance. So, distance is a physical quantity. And next we have mass. We can measure mass. So mass is a physical quantity. And next weight. Okay, weight. Weight is also a physical quantity because you can measure it. Anything you can measure is a physical quantity. And when you take the measurement, it will be always having two parts. For example, if you take 2 kilometers, okay, 2 kilometers. First of all, we will be having the numerical value. So this is the numerical value. Okay, so it will be always a number. Okay, numerical value. And next we will be having the unit of measurement, or we can say unit. Okay, so kilometer, it is the unit of measurement. And now, what is measurement? The comparison between an unknown fixed quantity. The comparison between an unknown quantity with a known fixed quantity is called measurement. For example, if you take a book, okay, you are taking a book and you need to measure the breadth of the book, okay, and here the breadth is the unknown quantity. You don't know the breadth, so it is the unknown quantity. But then for measuring, you will take the scale. Okay, you will take the scale, and here what is the scale? The scale is the non-fixed quantity. In a scale, we know where it is 1 centimeter, where it is 5 centimeter. So it is known and it is fixed. Okay, so the markings on a scale will never change, so it is fixed. And we should look at one more thing. It should be of the same kind. Here we are measuring the breadth, and breadth, it is just distance, and the scale, it also marks the distance, so it is of the same kind. Okay, when you write the definition, we will be looking into the definition, and at that time I will be saying the points that we need to include. It is a must to add of the same kind. Okay, for example, you cannot measure the weight of an object using a scale. So they are just different types, different kinds. So you cannot do that. So that is what is meant by the same kind. We learned about the parts of the measurement, the numerical value and the unit. If any one of these is missing, the measurement is considered to be wrong. So now we are going to learn about SI units. Okay, SI units. What are SI units? So back in the day, people used their own body parts to measure the distance. Okay, they used their body parts. For example, if this is your foot, okay, if this is your foot, if this is your footprint. Okay, so this distance was called the foot span. Okay, they used this method to find the distance. But what was the problem? Different people had different foot span. Okay, this was a huge problem. And do you know what happened? To overcome this, they made a fixed quantity. Okay, they made a fixed quantity like the scale. Okay, and they took this as the unit. Okay, so this was a unit. And for example, this is the meter. So this is a unit. Okay, means unit means 1, right? So this is what is denoted by 1 meter. Just think, this is not 1 meter, okay? So this is what is denoted by 1 meter, and this is a unit. When you write 2 meters, it just means that there are 2 into meters. Okay, there are 2 meter units. Okay, if this distance is doubled, you will get the 2 meter distance, and this is how a unit works. And there are a lot of units that are accepted internationally. Okay, these units are accepted internationally, and they are called the SI units. And this is also called the International System of Units. And this whole system means meter is not the only unit. We have the kilometer, okay, which is just 1000 times a meter is called a kilometer. Okay, so that is there, but meter was accepted worldwide, and this whole system of units is called the metric system. Okay, the metric system, we have all the units given. Okay, and this system was called the metric system, means keeping a fixed quantity to measure, means keeping a fixed unit to measure. This system was called the metric system, and certain units from the metric system are accepted worldwide, and it is called the International System of Units, and it is called the SI units. The SI unit of distance is meter. So the SI unit of area, I hope you learned last year. Area is the distance, means the length into breadth, right? Area is length into breadth. Length and breadth both are distances. So we can say it is distance into distance. What is the SI unit of distance? Meter. So we can write as meter into meter. And when we solve it, we will get it as meter squared. Okay, because the same number is multiplied 2 times, we would write meter square. So now we have the SI unit of area. It is meter square. And now, what is the SI unit for time? The SI unit for time is the second. Okay, the second is considered the SI unit of time. Okay, and when you take, for example, speed, the formula for speed is distance by time. The unit for distance, the SI unit for distance is meter by time, it is second. So the unit is meter per second. Okay, so like this we derive other SI units. Okay, so that was about SI units, and in the next video we will be looking into the measurement of length. So that's it for today. Thank you.